We'll share my screen. I did some changes in our material, so I will ping latest version is mine. So now I'm not use version 4.1. Earlier we were using version 4, right? I did some definitions and examples, so please download this. Okay, so general functions completed. Now we'll start aggregate functions. Let me open developer. So almost everyone done with installations, right? Still, if anyone have pending, just let me know. I will connect today or tomorrow. Okay. So coming to these aggregate functions, we do use to combine the data, right? So it's like column level. So as of now, right, if we want to see total marks of a student, what we did, we did a row level, right? Where's my when it comes to aggregate, not this one, not this one, where is our asking? Okay. Okay, so we'll take one simple example, right? So let's consider student ID, student name, and what else we can consider? Maybe attendance, right? So let's say Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So just let us take 3 days only, just for example for now. Okay. So student ID 1 and age name maybe A, right? So Monday, just present or absent, right? So let's say P present, present, and then what do we keep for absent? AB, right? Okay. Okay. Coming to second student and B. So present, absent, present. Same way, one more record. Let's say C present, absent, present. Okay. So just assume we have one table like this, right? And we are storing student attendance information, who are present and who are absent. Okay. So let's say I want to list off or I want to count off student A, how many days he presented in this week. I mean, out of 3 days, how many days he present. Right. So we will look row level. Okay, this row, I mean, allocated to A students, right? We are storing A student information in same row. So if you want to see how many days he present, we will look into this row only. Okay. So let's say how many members present on Monday. So totally how many members, right? So in that case, we will look for column level. So Monday, how many members present? Okay. So column column level, if we want to see the count or maximum or minimum, right? We do use aggregate functions. Okay. So instead of this, right, I will show you a number so that it will be clear. Okay, here we are. So already we worked on salary plus commission, right? So If we want to see total salary of Donald, what we did? So we said salary plus commission amount, and we said it is total amount of Donald, right? So for this particular record, we looked at row level. Okay, so that we can see that specific employee total salary in the same row. What if we want to see how much salary they are distributing to their employees, all employees? What is the total amount of salary this company is distributing, right? So now we need to look for column level, right? Under salary, we need to do sum. So when it comes to column level aggregation, data aggregation, we will use aggregate functions. So it will combine the data group wise and it will return the result. Okay, aggregate functions. So totally we have 5 aggregate functions. We'll see one by one. First one, max. Okay, it is used to see maximum number from a column. Okay, so let's say who is earning maximum salary in our company, right? So simply we can apply max on salary. This will return highest salary from this list. It is okay. So 2 to 16 9,000, fine. So now if I run this one, right, let me pin this, and if I say max salary from our employee C1, it is the highest salary 29,040 rupees. Okay, so same way, if I want to see minimum salary in this company or in this table, okay, so 2,541 rupees is the lowest salary. Okay, so max. So behind the screen, right, when we say max salary, how it will work? Execution. So it will go to employee C1 table, and we have 106 rows, right? So each row will get compared. So first, when it is executing for Donald, as of now execution is here. So when it is executing for Donald, highest salary is 4,325 rupees, right? So it will hold that record as the highest salary, maximum salary. Okay, so once it moved to next row in the same execution, so now, right, compared with 4,300, 4,400 is the highest value, right? So it will release old record as a result, and it will hold new one, right? So which is bigger, max? So 4,400. So when it is executing at second row, it is the result, and when it is executing at third row, again 5,000 is bigger than 4,400. So it will hold 5,300 as the maximum salary when it comes to third row execution, and fourth row it is bigger, right, bigger than 5,000, so it will hold 23,000 as result. I mean, it won't stop there. It needs to compare all 106 rows with maximum amount. So as of now, 23,000 is the maximum amount, right? Next is 16,000, lower than that. So when it comes to fifth row execution, still maximum salary is 23,000 only. So all these rows will get compared, but no salary is greater than 23,000. So while comparing these rows also, our expected output is 23,900 only. So when it comes to highest value than 23,000, right, where is that? In between somewhere it is there. 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay, here. So when it comes to row 10, right? So 29,000 is the highest value in our table we have at maximum salary. So after comparing with remaining rows also, it will hold 29,000 as the maximum salary. So we will get that as output. Okay, so in this particular group, right, under salary column, we have maximum salary 29,000. But I mean, it won't stop execution at any one row. It will execute all rows, and it will compare with the previous maximum value and current row value. If it is greater than that, it will release old one and it will hold new one as the output. So finally, whatever the output is in hold with max result, right? So that will be our final result. Same thing with minimum. So it will compare all rows. So which is the lowest value, which is the lowest value, right? So after finding lowest value in this table, it will display that one as the minimum salary. Okay, it is for minimum, right? We need to see a few more examples along with group by. We will see that. So max, min, and let's say my next requirement is to see how much salary they are distributing, right? In this table to all employees. So we can use sum. So it will combine all rows like addition, and it will give result as combined data. So around 8,55,537 rupees is the sum salary, total salary distributing to their employees. Okay, and we have one more function called average. What is the average amount, right? Average salary they are earning. So by using average, AVG, we can see average salary on an average 8,071 rupees on an salary in this company or in the table. Okay, and one more function we have count. So count is used to see number of rows in our table, right? So simply if we say count of star, it will return how many employees are there in our company. So 106 members. Count star. So these 5 aggregate functions we do use in our real-time scenarios also, most of the cases, right? Sum, count, repeatedly we do use. Okay, so max to see the maximum record, min, lowest value, sum, combining the data, right? And average, count. Okay, so these 5 are aggregate functions. Then, so we will discuss about group by class also here. So along with these aggregate functions, we can use group by class. Okay, so we discussed about select from where classes, right, as of now, and yet to discuss group by having order by classes. Okay, so this group by, right, we do use along with aggregate functions only, right? Let me show you how that works. Okay, so here we are seeing maximum salary, right, in our table, and if you see we have different designations, different departments. Okay, so 80 department, 50 department, and 160. So what if I want to see highest salary from each department group wise? So from each group, right, let's say this department is one separate group. From each group I want to see highest salary. Okay, 5 members are there in 60 department. So what is the maximum salary from 60 department, and what is the maximum salary from 100 department, right? So now I want to this maximum salary group wise from each group. What is the maximum salary? So in this scenario we will use group by. So whatever the field, right, we are expecting. So let's say department ID is our filter based condition. Okay, so we can say group by department ID. Now what will happen? Department ID wise based on data, so it will combine all uh, departments. Let's say 90, three members are there, right, under 90 department. So it will compare highest salary within the 3 records only. So again we have 29,000, so it is the maximum salary within this 90 department, right? It will display 29,040 rupees highest salary in 90 department. And when it comes to 110, we have two members and 14,000 is the highest salary, so we will get this one as outcome. Okay, so next to max salary we can display department ID also. So maximum salary department group by department ID. Okay, so this can display maximum salary from each department. Okay, it's like let's say our students, right? So in a college we do have different branches. So if we want to see college topper info, so directly we can use, okay, select max marks from so and so college, right? So if we will get topper information. And again if you want to see each topper from each branch, right? Toppers from each branch. So we will go with the department based or branch. Okay, so max marks from salary group by branch. Same way here. So from each department, we want to see highest salary earning info. So from 50 department, 11,000 is the highest salary. 40 department, this, right? This, and we are getting null also. That is fine because this employee is not working for any department. So when we say group by department ID, right, null won't come under any department, but still we will get that result in our final outcome. Okay, so same way we can use this group by class to see count department wise, to see average salary in each department, right? Any aggregate function we can use along with group by, but we should apply this group by function on a specific column on what group we want to see. Now I am using department ID, right? So same see scenario I can use designation wise also. From each designation, let's say sh clerk. So in sh clerk designation, who is earning maximum salary? So this time on what we need to say group by. So where to apply group by class now?
Job ID.
Right? So job ID data is our grouping data now. Okay, and one more thing you need to remember, whatever the column we are using, right, while applying group by class, that column only we can access from select statement, right? We can't access any another column because it is combining the data, so it can't hold any other info. Let's say I want to see employee name who is earning this maximum salary from sh clerk job id, right? Next to job id I want to see employee first name. Not possible, so it will throw error. So not a group by expression. So whatever the columns you are using in group by class, those columns only we can select in select class. Okay, this one you need to remember. Again, to achieve this requirement, we can write outer queries and all. We have future concepts, subqueries. Okay, so now I want to see count from each department. How many employees are there? What to do?
Font we can use select.
Yes.
Counter. Select const of
Okay.
comma department from employee from table name group by department ID.
Okay. So this can give count of employees from each department, right? So 45 employees are there in 50 department, and we are getting logic as it is, right? We'll say employee underscore count to make it clear. Okay. So department 50, 45 employees, department 40, 1 employee, right? So we are getting only 12. So we have 12 departments. Okay, let it be null. Let it be. Now, if I want to avoid this null, what to do? I don't want to employees list who is not allocated to any department.
NVL function.
So I don't want to see this record at all.
Where
Department ID not known.
where department ID is not null.
Okay, and you see we are getting error. This should be after from class. Okay, so where department ID is not null, group by department ID. So when we use NVL, right? So there is a null value. Let's say if we see any null value, and if we want to replace with some other value in place of showing null, right? Those cases we will use NVL. So this time we don't want that record at all, right? So we want to filter that data. So department ID is not null. So we should go with the where class, not NVL. So filtering data, by default, we will use where class. In case we want to keep that result in our outcome, but don't want to show as null, if we want to show it as a zero, right? Zero department, then we can go with the NVL. Okay, so don't get confused in between.
Okay.
Yep. Now if I run this, right, we are seeing only 11. So that null value, right, who is not allocated to any department, gone from our result. Okay, and let's say now my another requirement. So I want to see uh, okay, we have more than 10 2, right? Okay, I want to see employees count from or we'll take this one, not count, we'll go with the salary. Mm, mm, mm. Display department info having more than, okay, 1 lakh. Okay, so same query, instead of looking for count, if we look for sum of salary, right, we can see employees or department salary, from each department how much salary they are distributing. Okay, department wise, you see 50 department they are distributing 1,95,000 and 49,000 only, 110 24,000, right? So we are saying department salary. If here, okay, so department, then the department total salary, I mean we are saying sum of salary department wise, group by department wise. So now what will happen, each department salary, let's say 20, we have 2 records, right? So it will combine these 2 salaries and it will say total salary, some salary of this 20 department is this, right? This one. So 40,000 rupees. So 23 plus 16,100 something, right? Around 40,000 rupees. So now we are able to see some salary of each department. Okay, my next requirement is to filter the departments having more than 1 lakh salary. Let's say 50 department earning more than 1 lakh salary. And then what else? This one 53. Okay, this one 3,70,000. Okay, fine. So I want to see this department info having more than 1 lakh salary, department wise, not employee wise, right? So now how to filter the data? So we have some result, and I just want to filter that some salary. Okay, some salary should be greater than 1 lakh.
Along with where we can add unconditional.
So that is what we learned, right? So some, I mean, aggregate functions we can use in select statement. So if I say department ID is not null and some salary greater than 1 lakh, okay, it won't execute. So we will get error.
Having
So
clause use.
yes, so we are going to learn about having class. Okay, so whatever the data, right, we want to filter after group by result. So now we have group by result with us and we know execution, right? So first from class will execute, then it will move to where. So it will filter out the department ID is not null. Okay, so where execution done, then it will execute group by. Okay, so it will combine the data department wise and it will return some salary. So after execution of group by, select will execute, right? So in between, so after executing group by only, we are able to see some salary. I mean, some salary will get calculated. So before itself, where is executing? So we can't say and some salary greater than so and so, right? It won't accept, it won't execute at all, right? So in between, so group by and selecting, we can use having class. Use it to filter the group by result. Okay. So after department, I can say having some salary greater than 1 lakh. Okay. So now this time we can see only 2 records which is having more than 1 lakh salary as combined department salary. So order of class execution also important. Sometimes we do get interview question on this. So first from class will execute, then where class, then group by, then having, after that selecting the data. Okay. So I want to see only 50,000, right? Greater than 50,000. So we can go with that. And let's say now I want to make it in order. So first 50 is there, 90 is there, 100 is there, 80 is there. I want to make order by department ID. So after using having class, we can say order by department ID, and by default it will be ascending, and if you want to keep ascending we can be okay. If not also it will take by default ascending order only. Okay, ASC for ascending. Okay, now we were able to see result in order 50, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so after execution of select, order by class will get executed final. So after returning result, just it will do order by. So it is the order of class execution. 6 classes we can add, and it is the order of execution of those 6 classes. Okay. Clear. Even if you want to see, right, while executing, so if you make any mistakes, let's say in where class I removed I, now we do get a syntax error from this employee C. Let's say I kept only 1, so emp 1, right? Maybe this table is not available, right? And I gone from the department ID. So let's remove T in group by class and the salary Y, right? And here yes, and here again NT. Okay, now in each class I have a syntax error. Either table name is wrong, the column name is wrong, right? So if I execute now, so first error we are saying table or view does not exist. So we have error here, we have error here, we have error here. But first where it is looking from class execution, right? So if I make it as correct, so C1, now my from class is correct. So execution will be done properly. Then immediately it will look for where class. So department ID, I is not there, right? We will get next error there. You see, department, where it is. Mhm. Let me make line numbers. Okay, why it is going to order by, it should not. Okay, it will do final one, right? Let it be. So this is the mandatory order of execution we can convey to interviewer. Okay, so for now don't mind this execution, but let's see next one. Why it is not going there?
Having some దగ్గర salary spell తప్పు.
Yes. So correct, I mean me only intentionally given wrong column names, right? Just to see the execution. Okay, so we are good here. Department ID, department ID. then salary. Okay. So order of execution flowing here and there, but you need to remember this order only. Okay, I will ping in the group also. Just try with your examples. Okay, anyhow, later I can ping this. So you got it right. How to use all these 6 classes. Select from, where, group by, having, order by. Okay, so from class is used to specify the list of tables. For now we are using only one. Once we move to joins, we do list out multiple tables, more than one table. Okay, and then where class is used to filter the data, right? All our filter conditions we will implement under where class, and to combine the data we will use group by to get data group wise, and to filter out the group by result, right? Having some salary, this one, or having count greater than so and so, right? We will use having class, and after that, so selecting data will get select, and whatever the columns we want to display or calculations we want to display, we will specify. And after that, if you want to do proper order, either ascending or descending, we do use order by class. Okay, DESC or ASC. Okay, so same way we will see. Okay, so we'll work on hide date now, right? So I want to see employees who joined in the year of 1999. Okay, how to check that? Who joined in the year of 1999? Just where condition, guys. No need to use group by, having, and all. Direct filter condition to get 1999 joined employees list.
Hide date we have to pick.
Okay, what is the condition?
Where hide date
Okay, hide date. So what input we have? Just year, right? So when we have partial input of a date, what to do with that?
Like, I think.
Okay, like
that year 1999 percentile before. After we don't need no because we are keeping the ending.
let me remove that. So why we are not getting? So we remember, guys, we are working with the date. So what is
Format
the default format?
it's EDMM.
So DD, MM, YY. So I have this one, this input. We should use this input as it is, 1999.
That YY format we have to add.
Correct. How to add that YY format? So which function we learned to convert?
To care. To date, sorry.
Who care? So already system stored our information. We are working with this stored information, right? So we are getting it. So either you can go with the like operator like this, or you can go with the equal operator also, because we converted to store only year, right? So this conversion function will display only year as output. So 1999, if we say equal to 1999, it will work. So we are getting result. So around 18 members joined in the year of 1999, right? Now same way, I want to see employees count from each year. So let's say 1999, 18 members joined, and another year, 97, how many members joined? 94, how many members joined? I want to see employees count. So what is that? Year and employees count, I want to see as output. So this case, what to do? So when you see aggregate function requirements, right? In requirement, count, mean, max, average. So go with the aggregate. And again, if they are specifying any group, so now I'm saying from each year there is a group, right? So we
Group.
should combine data group wise. So immediately we should start with the group by function, sorry, class, group by class, right? Employee count from each year. So to get count, we are going to use aggregate function, and from each year, group by class, right? Those two concepts should come in our mind. And remaining classes, anyhow, we need to use select from, and if we have any filter conditions, where, right? So now tell me, select. So how to calculate count of employees?
Count star.
Right? So before that, first column is year. So we should use to care as year. Okay, and count of star, going to say emp count. Okay, from E1, then. So we are not going to filter any data, right? Just they need employees count from each year. That's it. So which class we are going to use next?
Group by.
Okay, group by.
Here, I did to care.
Correct. So whatever the function logic we used, right, to get only year from date. So same logic we need to use to combine the data year wise. So we are going to combine only year wise. So directly if you say group by hire date, so each row will be considered as one group, right? Let's say 21st June 1999 is one group. So on that day, on this month, on this year will be considered as one group, right? So directly instead of using this, if we use hide date, okay, this query related p, I will write another. Okay, so if we don't know use of this to underscore char, right, directly what you do when they give requirement on hide date, simply you will apply on hide date just like this. Okay, hide date. Okay, so select hide date as year, count of employees, group by hide date. So now we are combining based on hide date. So each row will be considered as one group, right? So let's say where here. So 94, 94, 94, and June 7th. So all these three members will be one group. Again, there will be timestamp also, right? So each member can have different timestamp. One member joined at 10 a.m., 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. That will be separate group again. So when we apply conditions on hide date, mainly group by class, So whatever the data we are seeing, just it is a standard format to show the date to us, but behind the screen how it will store along with timestamps, right? Everything will get stored under hide date. So if we say group by, we will get more records. So you see, each member is one group and only where, okay, so these 4 persons joined on this date, so that is fine. Around 97 groups. So do we have those many years? No, right? So we should convert our data to year by using to_char, then we can say group by. Okay. So now if I run this one, right, we see 13 years only, 89, 87, 91, 90, so on so, right? From each year we can see employees count. So 1999, 18 members joined, 6, 10, 97, 28, right? And then say 2011. Okay. So understanding requirement is more important than implementing it. Is it clear? So interviewer want to make it simple, they will go with the salary based group wise or having classes only. Simply they will ask a display department info having more than 1 lakh salary, right? Combine data group wise and display the result. So below 3 years experience people or freshers will get these type of requirements, right? And mainly freshers will get just like display employees count department wise, display salary department wise, like that. So it will end here only. And below 3 years experience people, right, in between 1 to 3, those people can expect this type of questions. Display department info having more than 1 lakh salary. So when it comes to more than 3 plus experience guys, right, so quite complex. So they will ask you to add some functions also in between. The requirement will be like that. Okay. So from each year, again directly we are not going to store year, right? So based on hire date, display employees count from each year or each month, right, or each quarter. So whatever the requirement, so we are going to convert that first based on their expected outcome. So if it is year, just go with the year. If it is what is this, quarter, right? So if it is quarter, what to do? Now we need to convert this to quarter wise. Okay, q. So from each quarter how many members joined? Second quarter 24, first quarter 43, like that. Okay, so depends on the requirement, our conversation will get changed. And if they ask us to convert month wise, right, just MYN, that's it. So conversation everything same. Now we are getting data month wise. Okay, in December month, irrespective of date and year, how many members signed? 7, June 11, like that. Okay, but group by class and then select statement result should be in sync. Let's say here I said a month, and here if I say year, it won't be in the same sync, right? So not a group by expression, we will get this error repeatedly if not in sync. So whatever the result you are expecting here along with the aggregate function result, that logic should be here. Okay, instead of there I will show you. Okay, here, right? For now let me remove where class. Okay, we are saying employee count department ID wise. Okay, so here I'm saying group by department ID, let's say, and here I don't want to keep department ID, I want to display job ID. So again, not possible, right? So it is combining data department wise. So just to consider this one, department ID 20, we have 2 records only. Okay, we have 2 employees count. Okay, employee count will be 2, and along with that we are expecting job ID as output to display that, but we are combining data based on department ID. So we have department ID 22 times, it will combine as one, right, one group. But when it comes to job ID, so MK manager is different, MK representative is different. So we have 2 designations under 20 department, right? So as a outcome, first we will get to 20 as one row. Okay, so it will combining data row wise. So 20 department, we have 2 employees count. But when it comes to job ID, okay, let me take this one. Okay, so first we are displaying employees count, maybe assume here as 2 result, and next department ID 20, and then third column we are expecting as job ID. So when it comes to third column job ID, it needs to display 2 rows, right? MK manager and then NK representative. So it is not possible. Okay, so it can't combine the data here again. So whatever the columns we are using group by, those columns only we can expect in select a class result. If we want to print any other columns, it is not possible directly. Let's say we are getting error, right? We are getting error, not a group by expression. Now if I combine the data along with the job ID also, so now we have group by class on 2 columns, department ID, and within the department ID again job ID. So it will combine data 2 groups now. Okay, you see where we have repeated 20. You can see here. So now we got to 20 department 2 times. Along with job ID, it is combining the data. Okay, so 20 department, we have only 2 records. One is market representative, one more marketing manager. Okay, so now on combination of department ID and job ID, it is saying one group. Okay, so you see when it comes to SH clerk 50 department, so on this combination we have 20 employees, and then 60 department IT programmer we have 5. Even if we see manually, okay, here, so 5 members working under 60 department as a IT programmer. On combination of these 2 rows, I mean these 2 column values, it is saying one group, right? So within the group, if we have any another department, that will be considered as different group. You see 90 department, we have 3 records and 3 designations. Within the 3 designations, we have 2 separate designations. So AD president 90 department is one group, AD vice president 90 department is one group. So if we see group by result 90, we should get 2 times. There it is. Okay, 90 AD president, AD vice president, two employees count, and AD president, one employee count. So on combination of department ID and job ID, it is combining the data, it is grouping the data, right? So if we use 2 columns in group by class, those 2 columns we can print. If not required to display job ID, we can remove, that is fine, right? If it is available in group by a class and not available in select class, acceptable. If it is not available in group by class and available in select class, it is not acceptable, it won't execute, we will get error. Okay, so you understood, right, this example? Oh, we have many things. So whatever the data we are combining, those columns only we can access
Can
in
you
select
repeat
class.
it? I missed it.
Sorry.
Can you repeat this statement once? I missed it in between.
Okay, so whatever the columns we are using in group by class, right, to combine the data, those columns only we can use in select class to display it. Okay, so for now I'm removing job ID, so it is perfect. So we are using aggregate function count star along with group by, right? So if we say only count star, it will return employees count to table level, how many employees are available. I want to see employees count department wise, so we can use department ID and it will get employees count department wise. Okay, 40 department this many, 50 department this many, like that. So now I want to see designation also in my result. So we have job ID column, right? So we are combining data department wise, right? While displaying the data, I want to see job ID also along with department ID, employees count, and then job ID. So it is not a acceptable scenario, right? So when we combine the data department wise, it will be like this. So employees count, right? This one we are expecting. So employees count is 2 and department ID is 20. When it comes to job ID, we have two separate designations under 20 department, right? So marketing manager is different designation and market representative is different designation, right? So we can expect two rows under job ID. But when we say group by department ID, it can return only one row for that particular uh, group, 20 group, right? To 20 department ID. So it is combining the data group wise. So in between we have one more column. So this is not a acceptable scenario. So not a group by expression. So if we use any additional columns which is not used in group by class, it won't display that, right? So now if I want to get job ID, means I want to see employees count on combination of department ID and then job ID. Okay, so now it will be like this. So, again, so under 20 we have two employees, right? Let me make it at the end. Okay, so now our result will be 20 marketing manager. On combination of these two we have only one employee. Again, when it comes to second 20 department employee, okay, marketing representative, on this combination again we have only one. Okay, it will be like that. So when it comes to 60 department, right? So we have five IT programmers. IT programmer is the job ID. Okay, and then we have count as 6. The third one is representing employees count. Okay, so now we have department ID and job ID in group by class. So both the column values we can display in select class also. Okay, so if I run this, we see that. So on this combination we have 21 groups. Just example, right? It's like go with the student table. Okay, so we do have different years and within that different branches, right? So let's say okay, let's go with the student ID, student name, branch, and then year. Okay, just I'm giving this info, right? Branch, let's say CSC and EC, CSC again. So year, first year, first year, first year. Same I'm going to repeat. This time second year, third year. Okay, you see, just I'm going to mark combination wise. So I want to see students count year wise, right? So when it comes to first year, let's say I'm going to mark it as yellow first year students, right? So we have 3 records as year 1, but within that first year, out of 3 members, right, I have only 2 students in CSC branch, means so 3 minus 1. So we will get, okay, let it be, it is under date shit. This one and then this one. So now on this combination, branch and year is representing one group. So in first year CSC branch, how many students are there? So we will get count as 2, right? And again, first year CSC students, how many members are there? Okay, EC students. So it one count branch, then what is this year? Okay, now I want to see ECE student count, right? In first year again, so year 1, but this time ECE student count is 1, right? So we are trying to display data branch wise and year wise, right? So we do apply our group by function on these 2 columns, branch and year. So when we apply group by class on these 2 columns, we can display 2 columns in our result set, means in select class, right? And let's say we didn't apply group by on year, but still if we are expecting that year in select statement means it won't work. So when we apply group by on two columns, we can access those two columns in our select statement to print the result. If not, we can't use that. Okay, so let's say again, if I don't have job ID in my group by class, I can't display job ID in my select statement. Okay, so here we are combining the data department wise, but trying to display along with the job ID, which is not in sync with the result set and group by set. Okay, if I use department ID, job ID in my group by and select, it will work. On combination of these two, it will say one group. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Any other doubts or questions? Oh my god, 9 అప్పుడే shit ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తా. Okay, so anyhow we have next 2 days guys. Today we'll give some scenarios, right? Or else we'll do one thing. So we'll create one Google Forms link, right, with questions. Try to complete that. So just like a practice, right? So I got what is this requirement from others. They are not able to gather the requirements their own to practice, right, while practicing. So I will only provide some scenarios for practicing purpose or just for sample test, right? So whatever the concepts we covered up to today, I will give some queries and so I will give some choose the following answers also in Google Forms. Just try to submit that. Okay, so I will see where you are. Fine. So maybe we'll give around 20 questions in that. And again, whatever the concepts we covered, right, within that concepts only, I will give these 20 questions to you. Everyone, please try to submit it, either correct or wrong. I'm okay with that. Just I want to see where you are. I'm in progress. Fine. Okay, then that's all, guys, I have for today.